And welcome back. We are here again talking about the Evereo. Again, my name is Tony Maiolo. I am the corporate chef for Unox USA. And we're working with this beautiful piece of equipment to talk to you about just another functionality that it has, right? We started talking about the multi-day mode. Now we're going to talk about super holding mode. So super holding meaning up to 8 hours in an open air environment. So a tray, not one with a lid. So roasted veggies, fried food, baked goods, things like that. Anything that can't be held inside of a lid because then it's going to continue to generate its own humidity and moisture. So by open holding these, we can extend their shelf life, control the humidity inside the chamber, which allows us that extension. And we'll talk about it exactly how we're going to do that. But first we're going to roast off some veggies. It's a simple example, a simple recipe that anybody in any restaurant is going to do. A lot of times these things get blanched and shocked and held right before service, and then we're gonna reheat them all anew, right? So what we're getting ready to do is be able to roast off an entire tray that I can then hold in the Evereo, extend for about 2 hours, so I don't have to do this individually per portion, per plate that comes up. I can do a whole big batch, load them in here, and then just pull the portions as I need them, and we're ready to go. So the first thing that we're gonna do is just give a little drizzle of olive oil. Nice and simple. We've got some nice broccoli, some peppers, some onions and carrots here. And then we're going to season with some salt and some cracked black pepper. Nice coarse grind here. And then we're going to get hands on and just kind of mix everything together. Make sure it's nice and coated and everything's even. There we go. Nice little beautiful veg medley. We'll get rid of these. And then we're going to pop them straight into our Unox. So again, we're going to set our program. So I've already got her preheated to make sure that we are ready to go. We're going to come into our programs, hit roasted veggies, and then just hit start. And we're going to go straight in the oven. And we'll check back in on those in about 10 minutes. All right, so for our next recipe that we're going to do here to simulate our super hold mode, we're going to put ourselves inside of a bakery. We want to hold some fresh muffins, nice hot and warm without them drying out and deteriorating. So how are we going to do that? Well, first we're going to bake some muffins. So I've got all of our wet ingredients here in a bowl ready to go. We're going to slowly add in our dry and combine everything together. Go. Make a nice muffin batter that we're going to then do in our actual egg tray that we sell with from Unox here. So instead of being full-size muffins, these will actually be muffin tops. Because let's be real, at the end of the day, it's the best part of the muffin, right? So I'm going to set you right here. We have our egg tray. We're going to give it a little spritz of oil. And then we'll portion right in with our muffins, our muffin batter. So with these, we're going to bake them about 375 for about 10 minutes under 10% humidity. 10, maybe 20, just depends on the batter, depends on your recipe. And then we're going to transfer them into our Evereo again on our super holding mode, where we're going to get a couple hours out of them to stay nice and warm and fresh without drying out. So there we go. I'm going to give that a quick little wipe just to get anything off of there. Now, follow me over here to our other oven. We've already got it preheated so that they're ready to go. We're going to pick our muffin top program. Again, launch the program and go right in with our baked goods. There we go, and we'll check in on those in about 10 minutes. Alrighty, and now that our veggies are just about done, we got about 5 seconds left on them, and we're going to load them into the Evereo, and I'll show you how we can set a program to again hold them precisely to extend their shelf life. So now that these are done, we can come out of the oven. Look at that, beautiful vegetables here. Nice roasted color, nice char on the broccoli. And now we're gonna load them into the Evereo. So now that our veggies are in, we're gonna go ahead and start our program. We started on multi-day last time, now we're in here on super hold. As you can see, the process is very similar. We're into our veggies. Now again, how did we cook them? Well, we don't have a setting for roasting. We know that grilling is pretty similar, so we're gonna set them there. Grilled veg will actually give us a 3-hour timer to hold at 30% humidity. So we're gonna hit start. We know that our tray is on rack 5, and the Evereo is gonna kick in. As you can see, we're starting to accumulate some humidity in the chamber. We do this because the Evereo is actually going to control the amount of humidity that the product gives off. So as it gives off its steam, we're going to hold in 30% and we're going to push out the rest of it. So without a water line or without having to be connected to a drain, we're still able to precisely hold the entire cavity. It sounds like our muffin tops are ready. So let's go check on them. We're going to pull them out, put them into the Evereo. You can see nice and beautiful color, nice golden brown on top. So we're going to put them into the Evereo so that we can hold them hot for an extended period of time without them drying out. Go. And now we just need to set a program. So again, we know that our muffins went out in rack 7. We're going into a super hold mode under manual. We're going to pick our bakery category here. And again, we don't have our muffins, there they are, right? So this again, this is going to be a slightly different parameter than what our vegetables are on. And that's okay, because we can adjust what these parameters are to fit what our muffins are, or excuse me, what our vegetables are on, so that we can hold them in the same way. And we're going to hit start, and then our program starts. All right, and for our final recipe, we're going to show fried chicken, right? So a simple chicken tender, because what better way to show the Evereo's ability to hold longevity than with fried foods, right? So the first thing we're going to do here, we just have some beautiful chicken tenderloins. We're going to slightly dredge them in a flour, then an egg wash, and a seasoned panko, and then we're going to deep fry them. All right, now that our chicken tenders are beautifully fried and nice and crispy, you can see that nice dark color. I'm going to drain them off into our fry basket here, and then load them into the Evereo. And all we have left to do is set a program. So again, we put it on tray 2. We're going to come to tray 2 under super hold, set a manual program for poultry. Down here is our deep fry setting. Now this is only asking for 20% humidity, but because we're combining with a few other things, we're going to make a slight adjustment to that. And now that our programs are set, we'll come back in about 2 hours and check in on our product. All right, so it's been a couple hours. Let's take a check in on our product in the Evereo here. Remember, we've got some muffin tops that went in, some roasted veggies, and some fried chicken tenders. Now, we're holding all of these, again, to extend the shelf life on them for a service, right? To get us through service without having to slack them out, to overcook them, to do them all minute. We have everything ready in a full tray that we can then serve as we need it without deteriorating the product and having a poor result at the end. Again, now how do we do this? We do this by controlling the humidity and the temperature very precisely. Normal hot box, we're going to fluctuate 5, 10, 15 degrees sometimes. Inside the Evereo, we only fluctuate 1 degree of variation. Also, when it comes to humidity, we're, again, no water line, no drain line, so we're using the humidity that the product gives off, controlling how much we want to keep, and then forcing out the rest so that we can hold a precise amount of humidity to keep the product of the integrity of the product inside. So let's see what we got. First thing we're going to check out is our chicken tenders. Again, after 2 hours of holding, they still look beautiful. Nice outside coating, nice crispy crust on the outside. You can see here, if we pull this open on the inside, nice and juicy still, That's because of that 30% humidity that we held in there. It gives us just enough dry to keep the outside crust nice and crispy, but then also keep our product on the inside nice and moist. So we've got a nice plate here. Grab a couple chicken tenders, just like an order would be. Nice little plating. We'll set those to the side. Next up, we've got our roasted veggies. So again, beautiful color on them. You know, even the broccoli is still nice and green, nice, vibrant. We're not dried out, we're not overcooked. Still nice, got some firm texture in the carrots. We're gonna plate that as a side. Beautiful. Got a little side of ketchup here for a sauce, and then we have a beautiful plate there. Now, last but not least, our muffin tops. Again, no color change on the top, still nice and soft, still got some nice spring to them, and we're gonna plate those just like they were a little dessert. So we're gonna put a couple of these shingled in our basket here, give them a little knock of powdered sugar, and then boom. These things came out real well, look at that. Nice and moist on the inside, still fluffy and soft. So this is just another great example of one of the functionalities of the Evereo in super holding mode or in an open air environment without being vacuum sealed. Thank you guys for swinging by, and we'll see you again soon.